Very good evening all. Thanks for joining the session. In the module 5, we are going to talk about these 4 points: for loop, while loop, until loop, break and continue. So in which scenario, these are the concepts we are going to discuss in this video clearly. So what is meaning of for loop? So for loop is used to iterate over the list of items. It is idle when you want to know the number of iteration in advance. So that is a purpose we will be using the for loop. So for loop, it is used to iterate over a list of items. It is idle when you want to know the number of iterations in advance. So basically the syntax of for loop is for variable in list do, okay, commands, and once it is completed, it is done. Okay. So let me explain each line of syntax. So what is the use of this line? What is use of this line and this line and this line? The for is the keyword start the loop. So for is a keyword start the loop. Where is a temporary variable name that will take the value of each item in the list one at a time. Then in is a keyword indicating the start of the list over which loop will iterate. List, it is a series of values, the space separated, such as numbers, file names, server names, etc. So that is a use of this entire line. Do. Do is a begins the block of code that will execute it during the each iteration for the loop. So everything between do and done, do and done will run once every item in the list. Whatever the list is provided in this item, that every item will be run between the do and done, start and stop. Do is a start, done is a stop. Then commands, there are shell commands that will be executed repeatedly. You can use the variable inside the block of represent the current value of the list. So done is end of the loop block. So that is the meaning of syntax is like that. Let's take an example. Okay. I want to write a multiple lines information. I want to write a multiple line information. I want to print the value. Example, I need a output like I like apple, I like banana, I like mango. So these are the values I want to print. So when you want to print, you generally you will use echo I like banana, echo I like apple, echo I like mango. That we will write right. I don't want to do that. So I want to use the for loop command. I'll write this type of output. How I'll write it? Example, for fruit in, for fruit in. So here fruit is nothing but variable. What are the list of fruits? Apple, space, banana, mango. So I want to start, I want to print the value, echo, I like, I like dollar fruit. I'll be using this fruit as a variable. So then done. So how many times it will display means how many values inside the list. This is a list, right? That many times this loop will continue. After that, it will stop. After that, it will stop. That is called for loop. For loop. Okay, for loop. So let me connect. Let me connect a Linux machine. Okay, I'm creating a for loop. Okay, script, right? For loop dot sh. This is a script. I'll take it. Shebang. Then escape. Now I can run the script. See, this is the way value will be written. Suppose I'm writing few more fruits here. Orange, grape, lychee. So these are the fruits. All of a sudden, I want to list at least 10 fruits also not in my mind. So let me stop it here and save. And we can run here. See, the list when it is continue until that time, this particular script will run. This is called for loop. How many times it will be there? That many time we can run it. So guys, can you please tell me? Can you please tell me? Okay, this is a general statement, right? Huh? Let's think about as a server administrator. You can use this particular syntax when we can use, where we can use. Can you give me some scenario? Anyone? Anyone?
Exactly how many iteration we can know, that time only we can use for loop.
No, that is I already explained. My
Okay.
question is when we can use this. Just scenario is in this scenario we can use this particular concept like that in real time environment. See, I can take a variable like a servers equals to, I can give the list server 1, server 2, server 3 and close here. So for here it is not a fruit. What is that? Here it is a server, okay? Server in, server in what? Where? So I'm going to
Server.
give the list. I'll give the list here. Server in, okay, dollar flower bracket servers. I can take the list like the square bracket at the rate, end the square bracket and close the flower bracket and close the double quotes. What do you mean that? So server in servers, 1, 2, 3, right? I don't want to write all these things. If you put at the rate, it will take the numbers. So the do. So I'm checking, okay, I'm checking some disk space in the server, one by one server. Okay, echo checking disk space on dollar server. So put that double quotes here and we can provide the command. The command is what? SSH to the server. What is the server name? So each server, right? I'll take the server variable, then followed by df space h, df space h, done. Then each server here, the disk space will get verify and it will be display the list. So for checking purpose, I'm not creating 3 servers presently. Let me check, is there any servers are created by a team member? Okay. I think only one server is there. I want to name of the server. I'm going to duplicate this window. This is the host name. I'm just taking one more server here. Okay, additionally, just for testing purpose. So now I'm saving this script and I'm running. So I think some unexpected error is coming in the for loop line number 2, unexpected. So what is that? So let me check the code. Some unexpected error is coming. Anyone can you guess it? What is that unexpected error? So maybe space is extra. Hmm? Escape, save and quit. Then again, some unexpected error. Let's check this. Servers is correct. Square bracket, server 1, space server 2, space server 3, space server 4. So for server in, double quotes, dollar, flower bracket, servers, it's correct only. Why it is showing is a problem? Maybe I can delete this particular, the additionally entered this server details and escape, save and quit. Syntax error. So let me delete that. Maybe that is not working. Server 1, server 2, server 3. Okay. This is the list I'm providing and checking the disk space in server, SSH to the server, and DFH. Okay, I think maybe it will not work because of there is no server like that. Okay, now save and quit. Okay, see guys, could not resolve the hostname server one temporarily failure in the name resolution. So that there is no server name like that. It is failing. Suppose now if I am editing this, okay, inset. So I'm going to take the host name. So here I'll paste here the server details and escape, save and quit. Now I'm connecting to the server. So press Y and press yes. So permission is denied because of if the permissions once we provided, we able to get communicated to the server because of this a security warning. So let me check once again. So when we are looping this vim, so sudo df -h escape, save and quit. Now we are running. So the disk space on the particular server, the public key actually we need to provide for the server, then only we will get it. So first three servers, there is a dummy data. Server 1, server 2, server 3, I provided dummy data. That's why it is provided unable to connect it. Whatever the server we provided this name, that's a disk space on when we're checking that a permission is denied due to directly it will not check that server. So in this case, the public key should be installed on the machines. Based on that, it will be communicated remotely. They will fetch the data. It's a very secured. So Linux is secured. So for that reason, it will be getting denied. The connection will get denied. Okay, that's what we are expecting. Uh, the message will be displaying here. Okay. The next question for is completed, and I'm going to next concept is while loop. The next concept is while loop. While loop, it's execute a block of commands as long as given the condition is true. So useful when the number of iteration is not known beforehand. Suppose you don't know how many number of times the script we need to execute. It may be 2 times or 5 times or 10 times. You don't know. That time, how many times you will write? Really, you don't know, right? So in this condition, while loop you can provide. So while loop, when it will stop is the condition when it is true until the time the loop will continue. The script will continue. After that, it will stop. That is the meaning of while loop. So while loop syntax is very simple. While the condition do and stop between the commands. Same. So for how it will be same while also, but the scenario is different. If you know the number of steps, you can use for loop. And if you don't know how many times you need to check or run, then it will be used a while loop. Suppose, suppose some service is failing, some service is failed to start. The service is not running. We are trying to start the service, but I don't know. Maybe first time when you start, it will start the service. Second time, or third time, or 10th time, or 15th time. Really, I don't know. So in this condition, you can use a while loop. The status is active. Until that, we will be run the script. So that is the meaning of while loop. So now we are writing the real-time case study. So in bash, suppose service name is Nginx. Okay. The status of the service is system CTL is active. The service, whatever we mentioned there, that is our requirement. I'm using the while loop. Dollar status giving the exclamatory equals. So guys, yesterday I have given some example for this type of statements. What is the use of it? What is the use of it? Exclamatory equals. What is the meaning?
Not equal.
Huh?
Not equal.
Not equal to now. Is equals to. Okay. Back to. Do. Suppose if the service wants to start, what we need to do? Generally, what we need to do? Service is not active. What is we will be trying? So we will wait actually. We will wait. So before that, we will print the value. So dollar service is not running, retrying, retrying in 5 seconds. This is just message will be provided. So 5 seconds if you want. So we need to put the sleep command. Then again, wait for status equals to dollar system CTL is active the service name. What other service name you want, we can provide. Right now, the scenario is a Nginx. Nginx will be doing. If the service is active, after that, it will stop the script. Once the script is stopped, then it will display the message dollar service. Dollar service means what? Nginx is now running. Running. So you can put some kind of message like this. So it will wait until the job is getting satisfied. After that, the script will stop. So here we will use the sleep action. Here we will use a sleep action. Suppose if we are taking this example, might it will not run. Why? So vim while hyphen loop dot sh, then paste here, escape, save and quit. Now can check this. Nginx is not running, retrying in 5 seconds. Nginx is not running, retrying in 5 seconds. అలా వెళ్తూనే ఉంటుంది. It will not stop. Suppose if you are in the same server, right? This is the server, right? Huh? Sudo system ctl status nginx. The service could not be started. So sudo apt update. Okay. Now I'm updating the service. Still, this process is started. This process is still running. One more iteration. Clear screen. Sudo apt install nginx. Why? See, it is installing now. Now it is installing now. So once installation is done, Nginx is running. You got my point? అర్థమైందా మీకు కాన్సెప్ట్ అనేది? So in another window, I'm trying to install the Nginx. After that, it is stopped. It is so active, right? The script is so active. Huh? Every time it is restarting, it is keep on monitoring. Once it is the service is started, then it is stop the action. So listen carefully. So now it is active, right? Now I will stop here. Now we will stop. Now you can check status. It is dead. It is dead. Now again, I have run the script 5 seconds. It is trying to start. It is trying to start. When the service is run, after that, this script will get stopped here. Okay. Suppose now I put the command start. Now Nginx service is started. It's running. That's the beauty of shell scripting. So next, the next concept is point number 3. Until loop. Until loop. So until loop is the opposite of while loop. Until loop is opposite of while loop. It runs until given condition becomes true. Until the condition becomes true. Okay. So this is also a pretty simple syntax generally. Okay, this is a syntax until condition do commands done. So now in CI/CD triggers. So going forward, I will take CI/CD upcoming weeks. So in the CI/CD, until the specific file is a deployed successfully completion flagger, until that the condition will run. The deployment is successfully completed. So we will be doing. Let's take an example. We are not executing this script. So this is a script until suppose in the temp folder, some one file will get created. After that, waiting for the deployment. Once this file is done, you wait for 10 seconds, then done. It will be showing as a deployment is successfully completed. This is very, very beautiful script. Okay. So when we are running in the real-time environment, we're supposed to install some application. So that time we will use this kind of until until loop. So once the successfully done, the message will be showing, especially for the CI/CD scripts until external triggers, artifact creations. That time, this until loop we will use it. Okay, it's the exact opposite of while loop. Next, break and continue. This is the fourth step. Break and continue. Break and continue. So what is meaning of break and continue? So there are control flow statements used inside the loop. The break and continue, there are two aspects. The break exit the loop entirely. The continue keyword is skips the current iteration and moves to the next one. Sometimes when we are doing some job is getting failed. If you keep on trying that, the waste of time, then move to the next line. That's what break and continue. So in the real-time scenario, in the real-time scenario, okay, there is a Nginx MySQL Redis service is there. So now we are using the for service in services. Now, if one service is down, we don't have any problem, then skip and break and it will go to tries to the other services. So in this scenario, we will use it. Okay. If the service is dead or down, it stops, checks and break and go to the services running fine and go to the next services. That's the purpose we will use it. Break and continue. So these all services we will be discussed in the real-time concepts. So right now for installing all the commands, it will taking more time. So understand the scenario. If you have a multiple things in one place, if one service is getting a problem, then it won't wait until that. It will break and it will continue for that. Suppose we are trying to ping multiple servers. If one server is pinging not reachable, we are not wait for until the server is up. Maybe the server is up or not. It wait for some seconds, then it'll go to skip, then it will check other server. Because of we have multiple servers we need to check, right? Okay, we have a multiple servers we need to check. So in this scenario, we will use this kind of scripts. Suppose 1, 2, 3 servers are there and server is checking and ping the IP address and not equals to 0, then cannot reach the IP, then skip. Suppose if the IP is not reaching, then skip and continue running the updates on the IP. That means whichever the IP is reachable, go and connect it and run the updates. So even this is also very real-time scenario. Suppose you are trying to install some application, but whichever the server is able to reaching via IP address, that application will be get deployed on the server. Suppose if the server is not reaching, In this condition, it will skip, it won't try to install it. Suppose you want to update in all the servers, sudo apt update. Which service is accessible for IP address, then only update. If it is not acceptable, it cannot reaching the IP, it will skip here. That is a use of break and continue. That's the last concept. Any other question? No? Thank you.